So what no one's going to tell you about scaling an online business or scaling any business or even scaling your net worth is that you're going to be broke a lot of the time. Okay, you're going to feel broke. Okay, so at the beginning of this, you're actually broke. And I like to say, you start a business, you're making $5,000 a month. You really might not have much money. Okay, and you're actually literally broke. And so of course you get yourself out of that, and then you get to a point where, let's say you're making $30,000 a month. And this is at which point you probably start having a little bit of additional money than you're used to having. So then you go to scale. And so every time that you go to scale, let's say you're going from $30,000 a month to $100,000 a month, or $100,000 a month to $300,000 a month. Anytime that you scale, right, and you're in scaling mindset, not growth, scale, two totally different things. And what I mean by that is a company that's growing is like a 20 to 30, maybe 40% growth year on year. True, like scaling is above that. Okay, so every time that you go to scale, you're going to sacrifice margin, cash in bank, increase debt to be able to get to that next stage. Okay, and most people don't realize that. Most people don't realize that that's the case. And so someone will go from like $100,000 a month to $300,000 a month, and let's say they're used to having like $500,000 in the bank, and now they've only got, say, $100,000 in the bank, and they're like, what's going on? Why the heck is this happening? And they're like, there must be something broken. There's nothing broken. Think about it this way. Just purely, if you're scaling up a mountain, okay? If you're scaling up a mountain, it costs a lot of energy, right? You're gonna bring your water with you. You're gonna bring all these different types of things with you. You're gonna bring your snacks. You're gonna bring your food. And once you get to the top, it's gonna be a lot easier. But going up that mountain, scaling up the mountain is brutal. It's intense. It's insane. And so scaling is very much the same. And so this could be scaling your business. This could be when you're, when you're in the investment world. When you're scaling your net worth, you have less liquidity than any other time. You feel broke again. And so there's going to be lots of times where if you're going to that next level, you're going to have to use the resources that you received from the last level to be able to get there. But this is way easier to be, going down the street and telling you than it is to actually live it, okay? Because to live the experience of having these resources and being used to a high profit margin and saying, I want to go to the next level, but then not realizing that the next level is going to require something that you may not really want to let go of, which is that cash in the bank, which is those high profitable months. And this is where most entrepreneurs freak out. They see their money go down, they see their profit margin go down, they see their costs go up, and generally someone freaks out. And so I tell this person one of two things. You either embrace and become a different human being, right? You either embrace that and you become somebody where your resourcefulness, your inner resourcefulness supersedes, and your self-worth supersedes how much money's in your bank, or if the business is quote unquote doing well based on the profit margin, right? So you either do that, or you don't scale. Don't scale that way. Scale at 30% a year. There's nothing wrong with 30% a year. 30% a year compounded over 3 years is still a lot of growth. But you don't get to do it, unless you got a lot of money in the bank, or you have a massive unfair advantage. You don't get to scale without having a little bit of pain. But that pain makes it so that you are the person that can arrive to the mountain and look on the mountaintop and say, look who I am. Because you got to remember, the business is a pure reflection of who you are. The scaling up the mountain takes a lot out of you. Not just money, the emotional element. So if you're going to go on the journey, get ready for the ride.